right, folks, welcome back to PrepperNow. Gotta get things right. There we go. It has been too long. I know. It's been like 48 hours or something like that. So, we gotta talk. We gotta talk. People need to know about some of the stuff going on. I will give a little bit of a foray into the crisis report, which will be following directly after this. There are major things going on, not just in the Middle East, but also in Russia and in Ukraine. So I will be talking about all that here post, this. I'm not going to get too much into that, but there's been all of these posts I've seen on X specifically that are showing like Kamala being welcomed like royalty at this huge like concert thingy, but the whole thing is completely computer created. Like, it'd be one thing if you were at a rally and they added some people around the back or whatever, but I mean, this thing is just outright in your face. I mean, even the most basic of searches can show you that they AI'd it, as it was said. It's this is, Orange Man Bad said Kamala should be disqualified because she's, he says a cheater. I mean, I'd say a faker. Has anyone noticed that Kamala faked at the airport? I'll say faked. I don't want to get in any trouble. Nobody was at the plane. She AI'd it and showed a massive crowd of so-called fall. I mean, these pictures are all over the place. So, like, your grandma McGillicuddy, she's thinking that everybody and their brother is getting ready for Kamala. And, like, at the end of the crisis report, I've got polling. It's not looking good for her. And, the honeymoon period is ending. So I don't know. She still doesn't really have a platform, She's supposedly coming out with all this stuff that she's going to be doing, but it's not even there. And then when you do deep dives and everything, I mean, it's the worst of the worst. It's all the kind of social engineering crap that nobody likes. So, I said this to Orange Man Bad. Donald, you got to go and just hammer the economy. Nobody really cares about all the other stuff. You got to go economy. It's got to be the economy. You want to win, Donald? Only talk about the economy. Nobody else cares about anything else. Okay? People are having it pretty rough out there. Trust me, I know. I see it all over the place. There's numerous signs. The food is, crazy expensive now. And, they're trying to say that it's come down a little bit. But, I mean, if he wants to win, instead of doing, 2.5-hour talks with his usual, just repetition and other stuff, I don't want to say word salad. I think that's Kamala's. Kamala does a great word salad. Don't get me wrong. Donald just talks too much. I gotta tell you, folks. He really just, if he would just listen to people and say, "Hey, man, make your point. The economy sucks. I'm gonna make it better," and just leave it at that, and then GTFO, he would win hands down. But he just talks and talks and talks, and that's honestly, for especially like women, they really hate that. I don't know what it is. I can tell you right now, that's my wife's big problem with him. I'm just saying. I'm working my best on her. She's not voting for Kamala. She's not voting for. She wants to go with Kennedy, and honestly, it's because of the health stuff. She's in the health business. She likes what Kennedy's doing on the health stuff. Full disclosure. Say what you will. Get mad. Comment. Yeah, I should divorce her. Okay, yeah, no. Me, I'm not ecstatic about Donnie. I'm gonna be honest with you, but and if he does show himself to be the AC, for those that are listening, I know the guys back, they supposedly have all this information and things will back it up. And if you got all that stuff, direct us. Where can we go to find out where the Orange Man Bad's horns are located? You just need to go for the economy, the economy of the economy. Reason why is because they're really good at getting money. So Act Blue is tightening its donation security requirements amid the investigations. They have agreed to tighten its donation security requirements, according to Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton, who the one guy is the state speaker or whatever, the D-bag. He really wants, they don't like each other. And you know, Paxton, I don't know enough to say, yeah, he's awesome or not. But if he's taking that much flack, he's got to be over the target somehow. So along with the Republican-controlled states and congressional committee, he's investigating a Democratic fundraising platform. And what is this? Evidently, they get a lot of Visa cards, the kind that you buy at Walmart, right? He said in an August 8th statement that Act Blue has cooperated with the Texas investigation and is now requiring CW codes for credit card contributions. And that's because evidently they're getting all kinds of, these just cards purchased with money from like Walmarts and stuff. You know, this has been a story for a long time. And if that's going on, you know, it's really tough to track that. You know, who's saying it? I can tell you right now, what you're going to be learning in the crisis report is that Iran really does not want Donald Trump to be president again. They hacked his stuff. There's all kinds of other things going on. Iran is actively working to not have Orange Man Bad back in the seat of power at the White House. So, Act Blue has been subject to numerous allegations of illicit activity, including that its platform may enable fraud. It will, you know. So hopefully this will make it so they are a little bit more on the up and up. Of course, Act Blue has denied this, said the investigation is nothing more than a partisan political attack and scare tactic to undermine the power of the Democratic and progressive small-dollar donors, also known as Alex Soros. The organization said in its statement on August 2nd. By the way, Alex is, he can see the future. About 4 years ago, he said Kamala was going to be the president. How he would know that, I don't know. So, to Alex and your gargoyle father, God bless you. Or at least hopefully they'll cast out the demons. So they have resorted to political attacks, but, you know, I mean, this is all over the place. You know, they're requiring political campaigns to verify online donors' CW codes and stop taking donations via prepaid credit cards and gift cards. Makes sense. You know, we got to know where this stuff is coming. What if it's $1 million in credit cards bought at all the Walmarts in the Northeast and given to Kamala from the Iranians? You know, I mean, there's a lot of potential fraud. Let's just be honest. I don't want Iran weighing in on our presidential campaigns. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want Russia doing it. I don't want Mexico. I don't want China. I don't want any of them. I want this to be all American, you know, American votes. It's done correctly. It's done properly. It is preferably done in paper. And it's also not done over like a season, like months and stuff. I don't think that works either. Because what if I cast my vote in October and November 1st comes out and it comes out that one of the candidates is insert really terrible, heinous crime here, you know? Who knows? So, I don't know. I just wanted to highlight this one. I think people need to know, first and foremost, that Kamala, you know, her reception at this airport was totally like, I mean, it's all over the place. I learned about it from Amir Sarfati's, his Telegram channel. And saw that there, you know, just showing the pictures and how it, she's walking down the staircase of the plane, and then there's this huge thunder crowd. But then you take that away, and it's removed from AI, and it's pretty clear afterwards. And also, think about JD Vance was there, like, making fun of her. So there's kind of documentation that there really wasn't this big crowd, supposedly. So I don't know. I thought it was something that we should handle and look at. So let's go on over to, again, Orange Man bad, going after the economy. If they want to win, just go after the economy. My father told me a long time ago, he said, son, everything comes down to money. And at the time, I didn't know what he meant. I really didn't. I was like, all right, yeah, I got to make money. I thought, like, I needed a good job or something like that. But then as I've gotten older, I really have learned that he was absolutely correct. It all comes down to money. Everything going on in the world, what, if you get funding and all that, everything is money-based. All the political crap that goes on, it's people with money trying to make it so they can have more money. If you really just go drill down deeply into this stuff, it's a bunch of rich you-know-whats trying to get themselves richer and trying to gain. That's all it is. So, what happened with the money and everything and the inflation? Well, it was Rona, and then some of the corporate types figured out they could make a killing, and we have to get rid of the little mom and pop stores and stuff. And so they went and they campaigned and lobbied Congress and said, oh my God, we got to turn everything down because you're going to get Rona if you're in like the little mom and shop boutique grocery. But if you come to Walmart where, some 400-pound fatties running around on a golf cart machine thingy, you're going to be fine. You're fine. No way you're going to get Rona there, right? So all that is money. Everything's money. So Trump needs to figure that out, and he needs to just go for the money, the economy, the economics. It's the economy, stupid, to quote Carville, because he's absolutely correct, even 30 years ago, whenever the heck it was. So there's a retail apocalypse going on. The cars and everything, nobody's buying anything, basically. U.S. retailers have announced closing of more than 3,000 locations in 2024. I've gone over to daily job cuts. Excuse me. They've got Albertson and Kroger's going and doing a deal. They're going to close 600 stores. Every time you turn around, there's another job or company that's getting rid of business. Intel is getting rid of people. You name it. There's pretty much most of them are getting rid of people because, as we covered here earlier, the most costly thing for a business is labor. That's why they're really getting invested into AI. Again, it's about money. They want to have people to be able to answer the phones and everything, but if they can get a computer with a large language model, as they call it, to learn this stuff, then they don't got to pay some guy in Indonesia $3 an hour. They can do it for free because the AI will do it. Press button 1 to do this, press button 2, all that. I mean, it's pretty plain to see. Retail industry going through a tough time. It's coping with consumers, bankruptcy, inflation. 3,200 brick and mortar stores so far in 2024. More going to come. They say that we're on the precipice of a recession. And, Big Lots right here. This is one that's going down. 40 stores nationwide. I mean, think about 3,200 stores and how many people are there that have to manage and run these stores. They got to stock the stuff. They got to welcome you at the door or at least be there to check you out. All this stuff. I've done a little bit of retail. Full disclosure, when I was just out of high school, I was a shoe salesman at the Fabulous Dick Sporting Goods, and I would always tell everybody about the big dick sales that we had going on. And It was my first real like encounter with corporate, and I had to do like a Pinkerton thing and all that. It was really interesting. And let's just say, needless to say, I'm not really into corporate. I don't like corporate. Never have, never will. So 35 to 40 stores closing. Reveals 300 stores are slated for close in the United States, including 18 in New England. Who else? Home Goods retailer Conn's Home Plus, Texas. Operating stores in 15 states. I'm not, familiar with them. Started back in 1890 in Beaumont. There was a bunch of stores or retail or like businesses in Germany that have been closing down. Germany is really having a tough time right now. Some of these like places have been around for like 300 and 400 years. Like I think one was like a brewer supply, but I mean you're talking businesses that have been through everything, literally, and they're not handling all this. So, Burdorf Interiors, 157-year-old business, they're shutting down. Louisville Business First. Business has been open in several locations throughout Louisville since 1867. Rite Aid has been getting its nuts kicked in. They're going down. Pennsboro Township, Camp Hill for decades. Philadelphia, Chapter 11 bankruptcy. I remember when we lived down in the Carolinas, there was a Rite Aid that was there and walked, driving by one day. The thing had the thing in the window saying for sale. I don't know what it is now, but it's going down. Closed 780 stores. Dollar Tree. Check this out. Closing near 1,000 stores over the next several years. Disclosing significant losses in its latest earnings report. Obviously, Dollar General has kicked it in the teeth. Discount store chain has lost $1.7 billion. Fourth quarter, down sharply. Earnings, $452 million a year ago. So, UBS, 45,000 retail stores are going to close in the coming years. Like, is this any kind of good? Like, is anybody going like, hey, things are bright for the future? Playing music, I am exposed to the millennials and the Zoomers, the Gen Z. And to say they are pessimistic about the future would be the understatement of the world. I mean, it's just outright cynical. They don't think anything is going to go their way. They don't think they're going to be able to buy a home. They don't think they're going to be able to buy new cars or go on vacation. Unless you've really got just some kind of a job that's paying you six figures of what, in your late 20s, early 30s, late 30s. None of these people are going to own homes in the near future. None of them are going to be doing too much. Their generations are getting hit, and it's changing them. One of the people I play music with is in his early 30s, and hell of a guy, really good dude. Actually works for the federal government, has a very good job. He's got a pension, and he's currently looking for a place. He's taking care of his dad. His dad is sick, and so he's been doing that. But he's also been living in his mom's house and then like his girlfriend. So he goes kind of back and forth. But he and his dad are going to probably get a place because even though he is making a really good job and good wage and he's a great employee and just an overall good dude, he's not able to buy anything. We were talking about houses and mortgages and rent and stuff, and we went by one of my old apartments, and I was like, yeah, that was $1,200 a month. That was a 2-bedroom, nicer place. It was my family. It was interim between where we were living out towards D.C. and where we live now out in central Maryland because I don't want to be near D.C. And he looked at it. He's like, man, that place is $1,200. I was like, yeah, it's about $2,200 now. Like, there's no way these younger types are going to be able to get through this. And the crazy thing is that it's just going to get worse. I think that's the saddest thing. I really do. So let's go on over here. Let's hear our lovely talking heads. By the way, if you are not on YouTube and following Stephen Van Meter, he's one of my favorite economic channels. I know I go into the economics here. I do care about it. Don't get me wrong. We're going to be talking about the nuclear power plant burning. Oh, no wonder Magic is on. Why are you on right now, bro? Oh my gosh. I didn't even know the Magic was on. I was doing my Christ. I'm one of his mods. Anyway, if you don't like me, go over there. But obviously they're playing to my people. I do like Lisa Haven. I admit it. I do like Magic Prepper. I admit it. But Steve Van Meter is really good. But anyway, back to the thing at hand.
Meanwhile, manufacturing activity shrank in July, falling to an 8-month low. Consumer spending, the economy's main engine, is slowing, and credit card debt is at a record high. Robert, that does not sound like a good collection of information.
Well, Shannon, thanks for having me on, and I know we're going to discuss a lot of those points. I would probably flip it completely. We've had 43 consecutive months of jobs growth. And to be clear, over the last 2 years, the Trump team and even EJ from the Heritage Foundation was working on Project 2025, and now they're sprinting.
All right, so nice deflection, bro. The latest, I mean, yeah, everything was down because of Rona. So, of course, this guy's an apologist for the team left. And, of course, he can't really say anything positive. So this is what I want. This is kind of why I do this. I want you guys to notice something. He can't really talk about what the task at hand. What are we talking about here? They're talking about the economy. Okay, cool. What does this jackhole bring up? He brings up this stupid Project 2025 thing. Okay, which was a Heritage Foundation thing, and I'm not going to, hail it as something awesome. I'm not going to tear it down. It was something that came and went. It's like, it's not even a thing anymore. But of course, on the left, they made it out to be this new thing that's going to make, slaves happen again and all this crazy crap that's never going to happen. They went all over it, but I don't even know enough about it. Nobody does. Nobody cares. But anyway, let this guy talk.
Away from it. The Biden-Harris administration, as you know, they passed the infrastructure policy,
which sucked.
And look what we've done. We've had manufacturing gains over almost 800,000, big private sector investment, and factory construction at record highs. And don't take my word. Just look at the projects. The Arizona chips plant.
All right, so yeah, sounds great, dude, but it's not going too hot. So I think it's right here. Take it away, Shannon.
COVID pandemic. But what do you make of what Robert says about your work and about, a view that is somewhat more pessimistic being inaccurate when it comes to our economy?
Well, I'm certainly very proud of the work we've done on Project 2025. We've made a lot of really great conservative recommendations for...
Conservatism is evil. Remember that, okay? We need, everybody and their brother coming up here and enjoying the American dream at the cost of you and me and the economy, okay? Remember that. You got to pay for it. But, Project 2025 is evil from the devil itself.
For the next administration, whoever it may be, and we hope they take us up on it. But in terms of the job market, one of the things we have to remember is although we continue to see payrolls rising, the number of people actually employed has been falling. It's actually 600,000 below where it was back in November of last year. So the labor market is not all well, certainly not as well as it seems, I would say.
Also, you have to remember what this guy's saying is many of the jobs that are happening right now are people taking 2 and 3 jobs. So yeah, like the jobs are going up, the numbers, but the amount you're working is much more. Why do you think I'm on friggin' YouTube right now? Because it's become a side hustle for me. Why do you think I played a show last night and have 5 gigs this month? Because it's a side hustle for me. I need every freaking dollar I can get. It's things are not going well for people out there. I'm hustling like a mofo. I'm going to be doing coaching here pretty soon, which you get a couple of bucks for. Everything I can do, I've got to make and have happen. And I'm normal. There are people out there that are really hustling and bustling and are not making ends meet.
Yes, we are seeing unemployment tick up. We're seeing literally all of the net job gains from the last year not go to native-born Americans, but going to foreign-born workers. That's a trend that has actually been going on for the last several years. And in terms of GDP, yes, it's true, GDP is growing, but it's essentially growing because of government debt.
Thank you. Government debt. It's exactly correct. We are in a debt-based economy. We're in a debt-based, system. And so, yeah, things are going up. I don't know why I keep getting this guy with his eyes closed, but it's a good look. Sorry, Mr. Antoni. We're not doing so hot, right? And as he said there, like all the jobs, we got all these jobs coming, Where are they going? They're not going to Americans. They're going to people that are coming here. And, one of the things I don't understand is why the African American community would not be really aggravated with all of the new neighbors, as we lovingly call them here, coming up and taking jobs that are like people coming out of high school or, younger, more like with your hands kind of stuff, manufacturing, working in a factory, doing landscaping, doing stuff like that. I mean, I have done some of those jobs. I was in the restaurant business for a long time. I used to wash freaking dishes, with dudes that didn't speak a lick of English. Trust me. I've mopped many a floor. And, all of this is a dismantling of what's going on. Okay? So now, I think we do need to face reality. There are things that are coming in. The people that are coming in are not the best. Venezuela is not sending its best. And, part of the reasons why I get mad at Orange Man Bad talking so much is I think he hinders his case. And if he would just kind of say, hey, the economy's not going so well. This is why I feel like I got to come out here and say this. I know there's a lot of smart people out there. And they're, the people on the left aren't stupid. They know this. They go, all right, well, he kind of turns people off with what he says and how he acts and all that kind of stuff. Let's really hit that. But again, you can turn the TV screen off. Say what you will. I've lived through Trump's America and I've lived through Joe Biden, Kamala Harris's America. I wouldn't trade Trump's America for Kamala Harris's America any day of the week. We are much better as a family than we were in Joe's America. Donald's America was all right for us. And then you put in all the other social crap that's going on. You put in all of the, the stuff. I saw a video yesterday of a parade. I'll just call it a parade. I'm not going to tell you what kind. And there was a 52-year-old guy with a beer gut in whitey tighties doing dance that I don't even know I don't know what the heck it was. And it was in front of kids. So use your imagination. That's the kind of stuff that is normal or normalized in the current state of things. And as the father of 3 children, I'm not really okay with it. Okay? The libertarian side says, you do you, whatever, if it's, not harmful and consenting adults and whatever, blah, blah, blah. That always comes out. But then again, there's just dad, and then there's the Christian in me. And I see this stuff going on and it's a big turnoff. It's not a turnoff. It's disgusting. Let's be honest. So, all of this stuff is going on purpose. I've said this many times here. The dismantling of what's going on here is on purpose. They don't want a strong America, folks. They don't. They want the world in chaos. Why? Because then they can make money off of it. Some of the richest people in the world got to power because there was conflict going on. Things like World War I, World War II, even before that. They ride the chaos. They make it, happen so they can put little businesses out and put everything into corporates. You don't want to live in a world where everything is run by a corporate American entity. You just don't. And then, all of these people in this globalism thing. You know who the usual suspects are. Klaus and all them. I sit here and complain about. They're not going away. And anybody thinking that they're losing, I hate to break this to you, they're not. All this crap is getting shoved down our throats. You know, it says here Democrats are communists. They are. Today's Democrats are yesterday's communists. I know that. I teach economic theory. I can tell you all about it. Marxism is something I studied at length in college. I know Marxist conflict theory. I've taught it through my sociology classes. They have basically molded the Democrat Party into a communist light, you know. Democratic socialism was their attempt to try to normalize it to mom and, you know, pop. Didn't work too well. Waltz was chosen for a reason. He is a communist. He is a socialist Democrat that has leanings towards communism. Which is why he acts the way he does. He even said it. One person's neighborliness is another person's socialism. No. Go talk to the people in Venezuela. Go talk to the people in Venezuela. Trust me, the people in Venezuela are not saying, yeah, socialism's pretty cool. Their country's been absolutely destroyed in one generation, 20 years, by this crap. Kevin Grip, you're the man, dude. Thank you so much. By the way, I shared that information here and on Crisis Report earlier about the Abraham Lincoln is being basically shuttled to the Middle East post-haste. He basically gave him a note and said, you need a GTFU up there. And now they are steaming full steam ahead because, as you're going to find in the Crisis Report here in about 7 minutes, all hell's about to break loose. They had a peace deal, and everybody was heralding this. Trey Inks from Fox was coming on. Oh, it's going to be a peace deal's coming, blah, everything's going to be great. Everybody's going to come together and kumbaya, and there's going to be a ceasefire, and Hamas is going to chill, and Hezbollah is going to chill, and Iran's going to go away, and Israel's going to be okay. And the whole thing was just shot to you-know-what. So there's a lot of pain coming, folks. So when you see the economy in the state that it is, and people having to side hustle and work and do things, it's going to get tougher. What do you think is going to happen to all of our stuff if there's a major conflict going on? Like, you know where Meatless Monday came from? That's World War. Because they're sending all the meat over to the soldiers. That's not a vegan thing. That's something that came from World War. Meatless Monday is it. All right, what's it say? Can I do something about, say it one more time. Can you repeat what you said about Joe's America and Trump's America opinion? Basically what I said was I would rather live in Trump's America than Joe's America. I've lived in both. We're doing better in Trump's America. We are. You know how I know that? Because my mother-in-law can't sell her frickin' house right now. And she's getting worried. Because it's almost summer's up. Once September is done and through, it's over. You're basically waiting till late February. I've sold a house or two. Yeah, I would rather live in Trump's America than I would in Joe's. I would. Full disclosure. We were, as a family, financially doing better. You know why? Because I don't give a crap what he says on TV. I don't care. I don't listen to it. I'm not going to go sit there and pore over his tweets and battle comment with some douchebag from the leftist party on Twitter. I'm not going to do it. I don't have the frickin' time. So all of that aside, you know, I know that I am personally doing, as the manager of this family, we're doing better now than we were. Or, you know, we're doing better. We were doing better with Trump than we were doing now. Joe's America has been tougher. The taxes have gone up. I could just sit here and talk about it all night. I was much happier in Trump's America. I was. My wife was too. And whenever she gets mad, I tell her that. You know? She said, oh, I can't stand what he says. I said, well, turn him off. I can tell you one thing. Yeah, I told her this. My wife loves travel. Loves travel. Favorite thing in the world. I said this to her the other day. I said, do you want to travel? Then you're going to vote for Donald. You are. And she didn't like, you tell her, she was like, oh, you got me with that one. She's like, oh, that was a good one. We want to travel. I love to travel. We were in Canada 2 weeks ago. Loved it. Canada was great. Northern Girl Hobbies, if you're here, I loved your country, girl. There you are. You guys are awesome up there. Canadian people were freaking awesome. Beautiful country. Parliament Hill was awesome. I liked going up there and seeing it. But we had to go there, because it was $100 up the gut of the highway up until to get to Ottawa and Montreal, because I can't spend the money to take my kids over to France, right? I can spend a couple nights in a hotel going up and driving up to Montreal and Ottawa and then come back through America. I can do that. That wasn't too bad. But I can't fly. I can't fly to Europe. No way. Not even my wife and I. I can't do it with my kids. I can't do it with me and my wife. So, hopefully you are subscribed to the Crisis Report, okay? Because I'm about to tell you what is going to happen or what's going down in the Middle East and in Russia right now. There's a lot of stuff going on. For those that don't know, I do the Crisis Report. It is not like this where I'm just waxing poetic for 30 to 45 minutes talking about how, everybody in America is better everybody in the world better hold on to their butts, because there's a nice group of jerk faces that are doing everything they can, as it says here, to destroy our free speech, destroy our religion, destroy our right to self-defense, destroy our privacy, destroy our due processes, and destroy our, just justice system. Me, I'm 50. I'm 50 years old, I tell you. I mean, I'm here. Like, I can manage what's left, but I have children. I got a 6-year-old, I got a 10-year-old, and I got a 12-year-old. And you better believe I'm not going to leave them with the ish show that is trying to be unveiled for all of them. I love them too darn much, and they're good kids, and they don't deserve this crap. My friend who I play music with should be able to buy a home and start his family. Gen Z, millennials, they shouldn't be struggling the way they were. And all this is going to be presented as if, if we just let the government come in and do what it needs to do to set things in the economy right. Yeah, BS. We are here because of the government. They're the ones that are taxing the crap out of us. They took my wife's $500 freaking tax, the state of Maryland did. And we still can't even get anybody to answer anything. We were going to get $512, something like that, for like $520 or $512 back from the state of Maryland. That's, not a lot of money, but that's groceries, for almost a month. At least it used to be. I can't get anybody to answer a phone. I can't get anybody to answer an email. I can't get anybody to just tell me what this is. They just said, when she was 18 years old, she went to college, and she took some kind of thing where she promised to do work for the state. Well, first and foremost, she didn't go, it doesn't add up, because she didn't sign anything saying, I will do this. She just went to a college in Baltimore and then switched and went to school in the New York area. So, that's what I'm talking about. This is the behemoth that's going on. And if you think the services are bad now, you wait. They're going to get really, really, really crappy. We're just getting started. So, friends, if you like what we're doing here, pretty please with sugar on top. Give us a subscribe. Give us a like, okay? I like to have adult academic conversations about all this stuff. Please. We do this nightly. I'm going to try to switch up and not be so darn late. I got to do the Crisis Report, though, now, because the Crisis Report has got all kinds of cray-cray in it. And I wanted to just butter it up and have you come on over. YouTube.com/@CrisisReport. And if you can, give us a like and a subscribe and all that kind of stuff here. And we're going to keep doing it, all right? Because I think people need to know that we are having some problems. And they're going to try and foist this candidate onto us, and she's not going to run anything. So it's just going to be all these buttheads in the background, the Klauses and Klaus and all his buddies, getting us poorer and poorer and poorer and poorer. And they're going to do that to my kids, and they can't let it happen. All right, friends, we're going to turn it off, going over the crisis report immediately. We will see you over there. God bless.